an 1.5 perimeter of hair, or maybe just like a headband, we'll do that, out, and leave that out. And then the rest of it, make sure your part is pretty straight because you might be able to see some of it. We're going to kind of pull back into this ponytail. So you're going to leave this perimeter all the way around the head, even the back. So you can even take your fingers if it's easier and just kind of draw a smaller circle. And then clean it up with a comb. And all of this hair is going to just go into one big ponytail back here. Now, this is really important. You have to find the balance between her chin and the back of her head. It should be pretty diagonal, like a line. If you put it too high on the top of her head, she's going to look like a Who from Horton Hears Who or whatever. But if you have it too low, it's going to look like she has a flat head. So it's really important to make sure that you have the balance, that it's right there on the back of her head. So we're going to get this a little bit cleaner. Ow. So the reason why I leave some hair out in the back is because we can do something fun and pull these up and add a little bit more to the ponytail and give it some more shape. Now, remember when you're doing updos, a lot of the time they don't look good until you're like towards the very end. You just have to work with the hair and keep trying and adjusting little spots that don't work. So don't give up if you're halfway through and you think it looks terrible, because you can fix it. Just keep going. So I'm going to check my balance. It's pretty good. And put a small clear elastic in this ponytail up here. Tighten it just by splitting the hair and pulling it tight. Okay, so now we have this ponytail. We are going to split it into a few different sections. If their hair is really thin, you'll probably only need to do a few, like 3. She has pretty thick hair, so I'll probably do 5. But you're going to start up at the top and take a section of hair and grab some of your wax. Just get your fingers sticky with it. This one is called Dry Wax by Enjoy. You can get them from a professional salon, or if you're a stylist, I buy this at Peerless. And I just kind of coat it because it smooths out all of those frizzies. And you can kind of just brush it wherever you see frizzies right there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of loop the hair around, and you're going to push it down with your finger. And then you go ahead and take a bobby pin and secure it down. So you're just going to push it, and it needs to go through the base where the ponytail is. You need to make sure you go all the way down. And then I'm going to put one on the other side also, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Now I'm using black bobby pins because that's just what I have, but you should probably match the color of the hair. So I would use gold on her if I had them right now. I'm out. And then on top of this, I'm going to grab a section just above where I just went, or just below. And I'm going to split that in two after I coat it in a little bit of wax. So you're going to split it in half. Now this is the fun part. We're going to make these little circles. Try to make sure that the ends are about the same length if they have layers. So I'm going to split this a little bit different so that I don't have it too short of one on one side. There we go. That's better. See how they match up a little bit better? So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to just tie it in a knot. But I'm not going to let it go all the way down. I'm just going to until it makes that circle. And I'm going to come up and tie it in another knot. And then we have another, like a little chain. And then I'm going to do one more. Okay. And then if you have enough room to do another one. There we go. So now you have these two ends. I pinched them together really good. And then you're going to make sure that you put a bobby pin on them.
You dropped one, Mom.
It's okay, Daisy. So I'm going to pinch them together and tuck it under and hold it right underneath that. And make sure you get the whole piece of hair and then push it in. All right, so now I'm going to spray this part with an aerosol. Okay, so we're going to do that to a few more. Not every loop will have the chains on it, just a few. So we'll just do another one. And this is all about balance too, kind of like designing flowers. You can just leave these little ends out. Towards the end when you're finishing it up, you can curl them with a curling iron or tuck them in or use them however you want. But I'm just going to leave them out. So I'm going to do another one there. Just hold it at the base. Open your bobby pin. And you're going to push it in towards the middle. Now this is how I open my bobby pins. I push them against my stomach. Right now it's really easy because I have a huge stomach. But I just push my finger through it. And then if you have it good secured on the other side, if it's next to another bobby pin that you overlapped, you don't need to stick two, and you can just do the one. Oh, and I forgot to put wax on that. That's okay. If you can remember, do the wax. And we'll do another one down here. Get some wax on your fingers, smooth it out. You can even comb it if it's a little bumpy. There we go. Do another loop, hold the base down. So this is almost just going to look like a flower. It'll just, I'm going to do
Mom,
like 5 petals.
Look like a flower.
It will. So we'll have 5 petals. It'll look like a flower. And I'm going to leave some of this out in the middle to do some more chains. So leave a little bit out. Cut this into 2. Get your wax. Smooth out your section. Tuck it in. And secure the bobby pin down at the base. Alright, so here's the last little piece of our flower. So these are kind of fun. You can poke these through and just shape them however you could curl that. It's just the end from this one underneath. Put that one in there. Okay, so now that we have this section up here that we left out, we can decide where we want to stick the rest of our chains. So I'll take this little section here, split it in half, put wax on my fingers. And if you have enough wax on your fingers from the last ones, it kind of just smooths out on its own. You don't always have to be dipping your fingers in, you just kind of get a feel for it. Make sure the bobby pin goes around it, and then you can secure it in towards the base.
Mommy, you haven't done this one.
I know, I haven't done that one yet, huh?
You better do that one.
So I'm just going to choose one more. Let's see, we're going to do this. This we're going to just make a little loop here on top. And I'm just going to pinch the base of it with this bobby pin and then shove it in. And the end can just kind of go to the side. Spray this. Okay, so this is going to be the last circle that we do. Try to make sure that your ends are even. All right. And if you have enough of this hair, you can even do another little loop going the other way. Just hold the hair kind of like, so it'll be kind of like a little crazy 8 right there. Hold still, Daisy. Still. There we go. All right. So yes, we do have these pokey ends, and I'm not even going to worry about those right now because they're not a big deal. They're going to be fun to play with later on when we start pulling this up. Now I'm going to go around to the front, and we're going to take some sections and do the same little chain circles, and we're going to do them, and we're going to push them and tuck them into the updo. So I'm going to take this section right in front by her face, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of hairspray, and then I'm going to take my color comb and just brush all of the little flyaways up. And this really does a good job of hiding them. So there we go. And then I'm going to take some wax on my fingers and just run it over the ends. And I'm going to go ahead and pinch this off right here. Stick a bobby pin in it. There you go. And then I'm going to chain the rest of this, just so that right by your face doesn't have a big split mark. Okay, so you have your 2 sections. Just work very gently so you don't pull too much. I like to try to get at least 3 in there. So once you have your little circles, pinch the ends together and just find a good spot for them. I'm going to pull them back this way. If they need a little bit of adjusting, you can come in and do some little cleanup work. And then I'm going to spray it just to make sure it stays put. Okay, so we're going to do another one right here. I'm going to spray the hair. Just brush those flyaways up. Get a little wax, go through the ends. And on this one, I'm going to just go ahead and split it. I'm not going to worry about bobby pinning it back. Now, if you get some of these crazy little wacky hairs, you can start over. Smooth it down a little bit more. There we go. We lost another piece. All right, one more try. There we go. Okay, and a couple more on this side. Don't go past the ears yet because we're still going to pull the back up. So just the front. We're going to go ahead and spray this with some aerosol. Keep the flyaways away with the color comb. Brush them right up there. Put a little bit of wax. You're dipping your fingers in a lot of stuff here, so they get a little sticky, but. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the other side. Just tie the little circles. You could even do it tight on the first one if you want. And then do the chains loose. Oops. Keep a good hold on them. There we go. Bobby pin.
Mommy got a Bobby fan.
Oh, you're going to be my helper?
Yeah.
Okay. You can just shape those little flyaways in. Crossing it's not long enough for this piece, so we're going to just do it right there. So you're going to grab the right half of the back and spray it. Use your color comb to smooth it out. Get all the flyaways up. And then you're going to pull it across this way. And you're going to use a couple bobby pins to secure that up there. Make sure you use 2 or 3 just to make sure that you get it locked in there. Locking bobby pins is when you cross them over each other. Makes it so they don't just slip right out. And then you can even do one on the other side just across those two.
So damn.
Okay, good, Daisy. Good job. All right, leave those ends alone. And then this other side, you can take it up. You can comb it out first. Make sure you don't have any bumps.
Ow.
Sorry, babe. Try it again. Use the color comb to get any flyaways out. And then you can cross it over to the other side, and it just gives it a pretty little line right here in the back. Make sure it's nice and tight and secure. Alright, so now we have all these little straight ends that we can play with. You can either fan them out and pomade them if you want to have like a little bit of a spiky feathery look. Or you can take a flat iron and curl them, or a curling iron and curl them. Alright, so your updo is going to probably look a little bit different, but just go ahead and wherever the hair is, I'm going to just kind of leave it in that spot, but just give it a little bit more shape with the flat iron just by curving it. You see how that goes? It should already have hairspray and pomade in it, so you shouldn't have to do too much with that. See, so you just go through and you see where there's a little end that's sticking out funny. Clamp onto it and twist it around. There's one here. Try not to pull hard, just be really gentle. You don't want to mess up your hair. Here's the other ends. I'm going to split this one in half, do one down. And then one back. And then there's one more right here. Alright, she's all done.
Look, Mom.
Go ahead and give it one last spray over the whole thing, and she is ready to go to the ball.